Currently, 30% of Kodiak's total population is composed of Filipinos. Many of these Filipinos live in an area called the Aleutian Homes. The Aleutian Homes is a neighborhood located in a basin on Kodiak near the downtown area. Some streets within the neighborhood are Thorsheim and Willow. The Aleutian Homes area has been around for about 60 years. The idea to build them was conceived in 1952 and was funded by two groups based in Portland, Oregon. The plan was to build around 350 to 380 homes on Kodiak Island. The homes were originally built as military housing, but when the Navy left Kodiak, it was changed into civilian housing. Since the Navy left, control of the Aleutian Homes has changed hands many times, and even ended up in control of the government again. The government held control of the homes from 1965 to 1971, when Graber and Minesburg took control of the homes. They began to put the homes up for sale. There were some problems with the homes that were addressed as the neighborhood changed over time. One such problem was a problem with the property lines.
They started selling homes in 1971, and then in 1974, they realized that the lot lines, a lot of them needed to be readjusted to locate the homes within the lot lines. In other words, the homes were like, some of the homes were, the lot lines were under the homes.
Many Filipinos that came to Kodiak in the late 60s and early 70s came here looking for work in the canneries. Many of these people came from areas in California, such as Bakersfield. They bought and rented homes in the neighborhood now called the Aleutian Homes. During that time, there weren't many Filipinos here.
We came here in 71. There were only 4 families. Then later on, maybe the next year, there were some more. There was really a big migration of Filipinos, who came here one time. No, it's not. It's just gradually.
My old bosses, he broke away from what we call the contract crew. When his contract was up, he stayed in Kodiak and worked what we call local wages, hourly. And you couldn't live in the bunkhouse, of course, at that time. You had to move off the property. So he rented a house, and then he brought his wife over, and she was one of the first Filipino ladies, if not the first, and she started working the plant. And then when our co-workers saw what he did, then they said, well, we'll do the same thing too. We miss our families. We want to be with our wife and children. So they would rent a house in conjunction with their co-workers, because no one person could afford to rent the whole house at that time.
Many of the Filipinos that had come to Kodiak had come here seeking jobs. The reason that many chose to live in the Aleutian Homes may be due to the affordability and attainability of the homes. Another reason may be that since many Filipinos were already living there, they just sort of gravitated towards the area.
They will sell it to you for just $1,000 down payment, or no inspector. You just say, which house do you want? That one. Okay, move in. Just so easy,
Since 30% of Kodiak's total population is composed of Filipinos, and a large portion of them live in the Aleutian Homes, it's no surprise that most residents of the neighborhood are Filipino.
And then mostly are Filipinos already own the Aleutian Homes now. Mostly. In my street, mostly are Filipinos.
You could count the houses, maybe I'm in Hemlock, but if you go Hemlock all the way towards Birch, you could count only a few houses that's owned by non-Filipino.
Mostly everybody at my street was Filipino. As I grew up as a kid, and I played in the street, I just saw them.
The Aleutian Homes have sometimes been called Little Manila. How do you feel about this nickname? Do you feel as if it's appropriate?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's appropriate because there's a lot of people of Filipino ethnicity that live around that area.
The only thing I know about that is just hearsay, and that's just because there were so many Filipino people living there.
Starting in the early 1970s, people could start owning the Aleutian Homes as opposed to just renting them. This led to many renovations being done because people now had the incentive to do so.
The Aleutian Homes now looks, if you go inside, it's different. It's very different from before, you know. They really fix their house, you know, make it nicer.
Most of the homes have been remodeled now, but, and originally all the homes were built on creosote pilings for foundation. They didn't have concrete foundations. And a lot of subsequent homeowners have gone in and made upgrades and put concrete foundations, footings under them.
But I think Aleutian home is really nice to live into, you know.
Living in Aleutian Homes, I'd say it was alright.
So yeah, I like it. I like it here.